Hey everyone, welcome back to lesson 6C where we're talking about our unbalanced design examples. In this lesson, we're going to be focused mainly on how we implement our cow example and our pillow example into our respective softwares. So let's get started. With our cow example, just recall that we are looking at comparing 4 diets from of 4 cows from 5 different dairies. Our total number of EUs is 19. Let's now go to our software to figure out how we get this ANOVA table.
To get the ANOVA table for the cow example, we're going to go up to here to Analyze, Fit Model. Our hay is going to go in our Y. We're going to have our treatment and dairy as our model effects, and we're going to click Run. We're going to scroll down here to see our ANOVA. Again, if we want our means squareds, right-click mean squareds. Again, JMP users, you guys are going to get your type 3 sums of squares regardless of how you put in your block or treatment. So if I came up here, let's say we want to look at the type 1. We come up to this red arrow, we go to estimates, we go to sequential tests, and we can notice that when we put it in, we put dairy first and then treatment. And so our type 1 test is the same as our type 3 here because of the order. Now let's say I exit out, we go back to Analyze, we fit model, we put our hay up here, but now instead of putting dairy first, I'm going to put treatment first and then dairy. I'm going to click Run, scroll down here, and you're going to notice that you get the right F because JMP defaults as a type 3 sums of squares. But if we went up here, clicked on the red arrow, estimates, sequential tests, and got type 1 sums of squares, you'll notice that our treatment F is incorrect as demonstrated in the notes. Also, just to show you where your least squares means are they're right here. So JMP, again, automatically provides you with the LS means.
So from our ANOVA table, we had a large F, and in our software, we saw that our p-value was less than 0.001, which is less than our alpha. So I'm saying like our p-value, this was the value of our p-value. That's less than our alpha of 0.005. So we're going to reject our null and conclude that there are some of the 4 diets have significantly different nutritional values. Pretty simple. Now with our pillow, now let's move to our pillow example. So a company needs to compare the comfort scores where we had 9 types of pillow. We had 12 customers, which are our block, and the patients of our customers only allowed us to look at 3 pillows. So let's move over to our software to figure out how we got this ANOVA table.
Example, how we're going to do this is we're going to go again to Analyze, Fit Model. Our comfort is our Y. Our customer and pillow are our block and treatment. Block is customer, pillow is treatment. And we're going to run. We're going to scroll down here and we're going to get our ANOVA where our p-value for our pillows is less than 0.0001. Again, if you want your mean squares column, mean squares. Notice that we put in customer first and pillow first, so just readdressing the type 1, type 3 sums of squares, this would be correct because if we were looking at the type 1, this would be correct, our F is match. But again, if we wanted to do it incorrectly, you go to Analyze, Fit Model, our Y comes up here. Now, if we put pillow first, which is our treatment, and our customers second, so we're putting treatment in the model first and then our block, we click Run. Our users, you're always going to get the right F, but if you were to come up here and look at the type 3 sums of squares, it would be incorrect. And again, the reason I want to mention this for you JMP users is because let's say you don't use JMP anymore and you go to R or you go to some other program to do your analysis. I want you to be aware of what sums of squares you're using. So always Google which ones you're using.
So we see in our NOVA table that we had a p-value of less than 0.0001, which is less than our alpha, which we're going to say is 0.005. So we're going to reject the null and conclude that some of the 9 types of pillows have a significantly different comfort score. Note that you can do contrasts with this type of so that ends lesson 6, and you should be able to now start your homework 5. Now this concludes our lesson 6 notes, and you should be able to start your homework 5. Have a great day. If you have any issues, come to office hours or post messages on Slack.